Slavery has been a dark part of our human history. Many powerful empires were built on the backs of enslaved people. From the Akkadian Empire to the Aztecs, slavery was widespread. The scale of slavery was shocking, with millions affected. Archaeological evidence reveals the brutal realities of their lives. Enslaved individuals faced immense suffering and hardship. In the Roman Empire, slavery was integral to their economy. Slaves worked in fields, homes, and even as gladiators. The Mayan civilization also relied heavily on enslaved labor. They built magnificent structures, often at great human cost. In ancient Egypt, slaves were used for monumental projects. The suffering of these individuals is often overlooked. The Aztecs also practiced slavery, with unique rituals involved. Their society was built on the backs of those they enslaved. Understanding this dark history helps us learn from the past. Let's dive into the fascinating history of ancient Egypt. The pyramids stand as monumental symbols of Egyptian grandeur. But did you know they were built by countless slaves and workers? Many were prisoners of war or sold into slavery, toiling hard. These individuals worked in quarries and fields under tough conditions. Their backbreaking labor was crucial for the empire's greatness. The lower classes contributed immensely to the empire's achievements. Despite their struggles, they played a key role in shaping Egypt's legacy. Their stories are often overlooked, yet they built these grand monuments. The impact of their labor echoes through history, defining Egyptian culture. So next time you see a pyramid, remember the lives behind its creation. The Minoan civilization thrived on Crete for centuries. Around 1600 BCE, a massive volcanic eruption on Thera changed everything. The eruption triggered devastating earthquakes and tsunamis across the region. These natural disasters left the Minoans in a weakened state, vulnerable to attack. The Mycenaeans seized this opportunity, launching invasions on Crete. As the Minoans fell, their rich culture and achievements began to fade away. The downfall of the Minoans reminds us of nature's power and its impact on history. The Olmec civilization mysteriously declined around 400 BCE. Some experts believe environmental changes played a big role. Earthquakes and volcanic activity could have devastated their lands. As trade routes shifted, the Olmec economy faced serious challenges. Emerging cultures began to compete for resources and influence. The decline of the Olmec paved the way for new civilizations to rise. The Olmec legacy still influences cultures today, even in mystery. The Inca Empire had a unique labor system called MITA. Under MITA, laborers were forced to work for the state. This system was essential for massive public works projects. Roads and temples were built using this coerced labor force. The Inca relied heavily on MITA for military campaigns too. Laborers were often taken from their homes, facing harsh realities. Despite the hardships, this system helped expand the empire. Public works like irrigation systems transformed agriculture. The MITA system showcased the empire's organizational skills. Ultimately, MITA reflects the complexities of Inca society. Slavery was a common practice in ancient Greece, especially in Athens. In Athens, slaves were often used for various tasks, from farming to household chores. Unlike Athenian slaves, Spartan helots faced a much harsher reality. Helots were essentially state-owned serfs, bound to the land they worked. Their oppression was severe, with constant fear of violence from Spartan citizens. Helots played a crucial role in Spartan society, allowing citizens to focus on military training. While Athenian slaves had some rights, helots had almost none, living in constant fear. Sparta's reliance on helots was vital for its military dominance in the region. The treatment of helots was brutal, often leading to revolts and uprisings. In contrast, Athenian slaves could sometimes earn their freedom and integrate into society. This stark difference highlights the varied experiences of slaves across Greek city-states. Understanding these dynamics helps us grasp the complexities of ancient Greek society. Slavery in the Aztec Empire was a complex and brutal reality. Slaves, known as tlacadin, could be prisoners of war or debtors. Some even sold themselves into slavery to escape poverty and hardship. Despite their status, Tlacotin could earn their freedom through hard work. They often worked in fields, households, or as skilled artisans in cities. However, many faced the terrifying fate of being sacrificed in rituals. Sacrifices were believed to appease the gods and ensure the sun's rise. The lives of Tlacotin were often filled with uncertainty and fear. Yet some managed to navigate this brutal system and find freedom. The story of Tlacotin reflects the harsh realities of the Aztec world. Did you know the Mayan civilization mysteriously vanished around 900 CE? Recent studies suggest a mix of drought, deforestation, and overpopulation played a big role. These environmental stresses led to resource scarcity, causing major problems for the Mayans. As resources dwindled, social unrest began to rise among the city-states. This unrest often escalated into warfare, as city-states fought for survival. The once thriving cities faced abandonment, leaving behind their majestic temples. Archaeologists are piecing together clues to understand this collapse better. They study ancient texts and artifacts to uncover the truth behind the disappearance. The Mayan civilization's fall teaches us about the importance of sustainability today. Exploring these mysteries helps us appreciate the complexity of ancient societies. The Akkadian Empire was one of the world's earliest empires. It thrived around 2300 BCE, uniting various city-states in Mesopotamia. Led by Sargon of Akkad, it expanded rapidly through conquest and trade. However, around 2200 BCE, signs of trouble began to emerge. Recent evidence suggests a prolonged drought hit the region hard. This drought may have been triggered by a massive volcanic eruption. Crop failures led to widespread famine, causing social upheaval. As resources dwindled, the empire faced internal strife and conflict. By 2100 BC, the once mighty Akkadian Empire had collapsed. The rise and fall of the Akkadian Empire teaches us about resilience. Slavery was a huge part of the Roman Empire's economy and society. Slaves had various roles, from household servants to laborers. Some slaves were highly educated, serving as tutors or doctors. Others faced brutal conditions, toiling in mines or fields. Gladiators were also slaves, fighting for their lives in the Colosseum. These fighters could gain fame and freedom through their victories. The treatment of slaves varied greatly depending on their roles. Some were treated well, while others endured harsh punishments. Slavery was essential for agriculture, mining, and construction. The economy thrived on the backs of these enslaved individuals. Despite their status, slaves could influence society and culture. The legacy of slavery in Rome still echoes in history today. Welcome to the Byzantine Empire, a fascinating world of history. Slavery was a crucial part of Byzantine life, shaping its economy. Slaves were used in agriculture, producing food for the empire. In industry, they crafted goods, contributing to trade and wealth. Domestic service was another area where slaves played a vital role. The legal codes of the empire regulated slavery, but allowed harsh treatment. Slaves had limited rights, often facing tough conditions and restrictions. Despite this, slavery was essential for the Byzantine economy to thrive. The legacy of slavery in the Byzantine Empire is complex and profound. Join us as we explore this intricate world of power and servitude. Slavery has left a lasting scar on human history, affecting us all. These ancient empires show the brutal nature of this institution. From the Greeks to the Romans, slavery was a common practice. The specifics varied, but the exploitation and suffering remained constant. Understanding this history helps us grasp the complexities of human life. These empires remind us of the dark legacy that still impacts us today. We must reflect on how this legacy of slavery shapes our modern world. By learning about slavery, we can better understand human rights issues today. Let's discuss which ancient empire's history you want to explore next. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring our shared past.